Okay, good evening, everyone. I'm going to call this regular meeting of the Town of Griswold Board of Finance to order August 19th, 2025 at 6 PM in the Town Hall Meeting Room. First item on the agenda is the roll call to order.
Have all members present with the exception of Tom Pulaski.
Okay, the second item on the agenda.
Mr. Chairman, if I could interrupt, please, I'd like to ask that the discussion that item for the discussion and possible action on appointing a Board of Finance member as a Board of Finance liaison to the Board of Education teacher contract negotiations, that we add that as the last item on the number 4 new business.
Okay, so 4E. Okay, so we have a motion to add this to the agenda. Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, is there any discussion?
What is it?
It is a motion to add to the agenda the item of discussion and possible action to appoint a Board of Finance member to act as a liaison with the teacher contract negotiations.
We usually do
And
that.
before you overthink it, that's something we do every single time they come up for negotiation. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. It'll be added as 4E. Okay, item 2, public forum. Gary, okay. Start with your name and your address, and you did promise that this was gonna be related to one of these agenda items, correct?
Yeah.
Okay,
You can decide whether it's relevant.
okay,
I'll step up here.
okay. You can start with your name and address for the record.
Okay. Ransom Young, and my property is at 209 Town Road.
Okay.
In the town of Griswold. I don't reside here, but my property is, I'm a taxpayer.
Okay.
So Brian Renew came in where I was getting coffee, and I told him I received this from Heather Summers a couple of years ago, and he gave me the Renew, mailed it to me, Major Public Acts 2025. So what I read here only takes a minute. The legislature passed 2 new laws with significant changes for special education and services in public schools. One new law, creates a new first student grant for all school districts based on the number of special education students in each district. And 2, establishes a process for the State Department of Education to set rates that public special education service providers can charge school boards for services and proposed rates for private providers. Then the proposed rates are submitted to the General Assembly for a vote. This law also requires SDE, which is Special Department of Education to Special Education, to make unannounced visits to special education programs and makes changes to the special education due process learning procedures. The final sentence is what I believe applies. The other new law creates a new competitive grant to help enhance existing or establish new in-district or regional special education programs and exempts the grant funds from being included in a school district's minimum budget requirement.
Okay. I'm gonna have to tell you that unfortunately, I think you're at the wrong meeting as far as any questions or looking for additional information on that. That is not something that falls under our purview. I would recommend that you get in touch with either the superintendent of schools. I believe that he would have more information, or at a Board of Education meeting, they would be able to provide you with more information that directly impacts them based on what you're based on my interpretation of what you're reading. Would you concur?
Thank you. Well, my reason, 25 words or less,
Sure.
was that since it's not being put into the budget, they're going to pass the budget without allowance for these costs. And once the budget is passed, then they will backdoor fund the school system. How about the taxpayers getting a rebate? Because education, they keep,
Right,
and, can't take it anymore.
right.
Taxes go up.
No,
Okay, thank you.
good. No, that's a good point. Thank you. Does anyone else wish to speak? Okay, hearing none, we're going to move on to item 3. We'll do them one at a time. 3A, approval of minutes, June 17th, 2025, regular meeting minutes.
Motion to approve. Second.
Okay, we have a first and second, any discussion? Right now, we're gonna vote. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Those meeting minutes are approved. 3B, June 26, 2025, special meeting minutes.
Motion to approve. Second.
Okay, we have a first and second, any discussion? And then we're gonna vote. All in favor? Any opposed? That motion also carries. Those minutes are approved. 3C, July 31st, 2025, special meeting minutes.
Motion to approve. Second.
Okay, any discussion? And then we're gonna vote. All in favor? Any opposed?
Abstain.
And we have one abstention. That motion carries. Those meeting minutes are approved as well. Item 4A, new business, finance director's monthly report.
All right, I gave you the financial reports for last fiscal year. This fiscal year, not much going on, so I didn't bother printing all of the revenue and expenditures. Nothing so far this fiscal year is out of the ordinary. For last fiscal year, revenues reported to date, we're at $42,689,073.69. That is 100.90% of budgeted revenue, so a little over what we budgeted. I think that's gonna be close to the final number. There may be some adjustments when the audit's ready, because I'll make some adjustments to, like, the deferred revenue on or deferred revenue and the accounts receivable for property taxes, but we're gonna be right in that ballpark. So that's around $381,295 more than what we budgeted, so that's a good thing. Expenditures recorded date, we're at $41,219,280.73. That is 97.43% of budget. We're still working on finalizing expenditure figures. They're pretty close right now. And I anticipate we'll be around 320,000 under budget for expenditures. Anything that's over budget, I included in the proposed transfers, which we'll discuss under 4B. Right now, the estimated fund balance at the end of next year is 20.26. The unassigned fund balance projected for last fiscal year, we're at about 20.25%. So we're doing really well with our fund balance. Some of that due to better revenues than expected, some due to expenditures being under budget. As far as the audit goes, the auditors were out here a few weeks ago. They did some testing. They plan on coming back the beginning of October. So I told them I would have final numbers to them by the middle of September, so they have time to prepare. So I think we're in a really good place audit wise. I don't envision any issues this year.
So everything then, all of the lags that we had been experiencing for quite a while with being able to get everything reconciled and closed out, everything is, for the most part, everything is caught up at this point, then we're.
Right. Well, for last year,
For
then
la-
I'm gonna
how do we-
start on this year.
How do we stand this year? Where are we now?
On this year?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a few things that need to be adjusted, but we're not in bad shape.
What month would you say we're closed through for this year?
July, August, we're still working on.
Oh, okay, so that's.
Yeah.
That's
But I made
very
some-
good then.
I made some changes to the end of month report that make sense,
Yeah.
so. You enter what we have in our system, what they have in their system.
So you're getting everything you need from the school now?
I am.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're in good shape, so I don't anticipate the audit having to be extended this year.
Okay, good. Anyone have any questions for Eric?
I do.
Go ahead.
With, the collectors of the taxes being months late, do you have an estimate or can you say how much you get a block interest for being months late?
If I had to guess. Maybe around $40,000.
And that would be income?
Yeah.
Mr. Chairman, I had a question as well.
Go ahead.
You indicated that for the year that closed in June, you're close to finalizing the revenue, and it looks like it's about 380 or thereabouts higher than budgeted, and the expenditures are 320 lower. It's sort of a delta of 700,000.
Right.
Do you expect it to change a whole lot from the 700,000? Do you think
No, I think it'll
be very close to
that'll be
that?
pretty accurate.
Okay, thank you.
That should, in a sense, take care of that money, those monies that we utilized,
Right.
or plugging that hole, so to
Right.
speak.
Yeah.
It'll become a wash. Okay. Any other questions for Eric?
Because that's what we did, 1 mil, right?
Right.
700.
We're gonna move on to 4B, discussion and possible action on fiscal year 24 budget transfers.
So I included the sheet in your packet with the transfers. The biggest ones were the tipping fees that we've talked about. And then the other one was the liability auto and property. But there are a lot of little ones that were barely over. Most of them were covered within their departments. If anyone has any questions on them, I kind of put reasoning for each one. If anyone has any questions, I would be happy to answer them for you.
Where do we stand with the tipping fee issue?
Still, I haven't heard anything. So I don't know. I have to ask Todd what's going on. Every time I ask, he says he can't get a hold of people, so I don't know.
Okay.
I would think Scarra would be looking into it too, because they're basically subsidizing these out of town talents that are not in a collaborative, because typically the tipping fees would be like double what we're being charged.
Mr. Chairman?
Bring us some money.
No, we're actually making
We're
money,
making money on it.
because we charge them an admin fee per ton.
Would somebody like to make a motion with regard to budget transfers?
Motion to approve the transfer.
First and second, any discussion? Hearing none, we're gonna vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. 4C, discussion of possible action on closeout projects in the capital non-recurring fund.
So seeing how sorry, Scott, you want me
Oh, yeah. No,
just taking over?
nope, go right ahead.
Seeing how we did the one transfer, close out the senior center. I went back and looked at a bunch of the projects that were still had some money left in them. And I talked to Sean on the Board of Ed ones, made sure these were okay to be closed out. And these are all the projects that I figured could be closed out and taken off the Excel sheet. I have like a subsidiary Excel sheet that I use to track them. So I would like to take all these off there and kind of offset it into, I would recommend putting it in, keeping it in this capital non-recurring fund in the unassigned fund balance for anything that may come up in an emergency situation.
And you'd want to do that for the radios for the two fire departments too?
Yeah, because they didn't get the grant, they put in
Doesn't the-
for that a couple of years ago.
Yeah, doesn't it happen every year though? Don't they apply every year?
No,
No, okay.
Make a motion to transfer into the non-recurring fund.
The-
76,429.48.
Unassigned, to unassigned.
To unassigned.
Yes.
Second,
First and second, any discussion? Are you all in favor?
aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. 4D, discussion and possible action on closing special revenue capital projects funds.
so I was looking at other funds that could be closed out if projects are complete. The first one is, well, this fund, I just want to get rid of the fund, but keep it in the capital non-recurring fund. In the subsidiary ledger, that's for the wash rack. I'd like to just get rid of the fund itself and include it with all the other projects in capital non-recurring fund. It just makes sense. It can still be allocated to the wash rack, it just won't be in its own separate fund. I'm trying to reduce as many funds that we have as possible.
Make a motion that we transfer that into non-recurring fund, $75,000.
And still allocate it to the wash rack.
I have a question, Mr. Chairman.
You want to make a motion and then you can ask your question
Okay,
or second the motion?
motion to, complete the,
I made a motion.
Yeah,
Oh, he
she's-
did.
Yeah, you want to second that?
Second.
You can ask your question.
but I did have a question.
Go ahead, yeah.
So on the prior one that we approved, it's going to the, unallocated,
Unassigned, yes.
unassigned.
Yeah.
But for the wash rack, you're still going to have some sort of, descriptive,
Yeah, those
Praise.
funds are still gonna be assigned for that
okay?
project.
Because as we all retire and move on,
Mhm.
we don't want to have that conversation again.
Yeah.
That money's there for the wash rack.
Right, yeah,
Okay.
it's on the, I'll put it on the spreadsheet that I have for each project. And those funds are considered assigned.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Any other discussion? Yeah, we're gonna vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed? Motion carries. 4E. Discussion of possible action.
I had two more funds I wanted.
Oh, you did?
Yep,
Oh, yeah, you did, didn't you? Sorry.
We can do these both as one motion, if you want, to make it easy.
Next-
The
next
next
two.
one is the gas line project that was put in a few years back. This actually has a negative balance due to the way the bonding costs were allocated. The project was well under budget. I think the senior center may have been over budget. Or under budget on this, I don't know, there was something funky with the way the bonding costs got allocated. But I would recommend just transferring from the capital non-recurring unassigned into this fund to just close it out. And the next one is a community multi-purpose field. There was still funds left over from that can be closed out and put into the capital non-recurring fund unassigned fund balance.
All right, let's do that as two separate motions then, two separate votes.
A motion we transfer $6,887.81 from the capital non-current fund. Second.
Do you have any discussion?
You know, what was that motion? Because I think it was,
Yeah, could you repeat that motion, Gary?
is it from or to?
To the capital non-current.
No, that was
No, we want
Probably
it from, we want to make it from Gary.
Okay, from the, sorry.
Yep,
to
from.
the gas line.
To the gas line.
Okay, so just to be clear, the motion is to transfer 6887.81 from the capital non-recurring fund to the gas line project to close that out. Correct?
Correct.
Okay, any further discussion?
I just have one question. You said it was negative balance,
Mhm.
so what exactly does that mean?
Basically, we have to transfer the money to capital non-recurring. Otherwise, you have
So
a
we owe
negative
it,
fund
so we owe it,
balance.
okay.
Yeah,
All right,
yes.
all right.
Okay, any other discussion? Okay, we're gonna vote, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
I make a motion, Mr. Chairman, to transfer $8,682.15 into the capital non-recurring fund, which is the remaining balance of the multi-purpose field.
Second.
Okay. Any discussion? Yep.
Discussion, we know that that multi-purpose field is going to need some upgrades. I don't recall how long they said that the turf was gonna last. I thought it was like a 12-year cycle or 15-year cycle, something like that. If we have this money left over from the original project, why wouldn't we assign it to be in the pot when that cost comes up to be addressed again?
Yeah, we could do that if you want to.
That sounds like a good idea.
I know it's not much, but every little bit helps. Because we don't know what that expense is gonna be.
Can you put that on your spreadsheet?
Yeah,
So we currently have a motion
Does that
and a
make it
second,
harder
correct?
for you accounting wise?
Yeah,
not at all.
so we currently do have a motion and a second though to follow through with that transfer. So we're gonna need to vote on that. Do we want to have any more discussion on this?
Or you can resend it.
Would,
Yeah, I'd rather vote, I'm not gonna rescind that. I mean, this is a project, I believe the field was 10 years, to be correct, and I believe it was $1 million roughly that we're looking at, so. $8,682, I mean, put it back in there, use it for what it's gonna be, and we're gonna have to deal with the $1 million bill in 8 years.
Right.
Which will be another bond, I'm sure. So, that's how I feel anyways.
so if I'm understanding you, you think just go into the non-recurring and start fresh?
Yep, it is two separate projects. I understand that it's still going to the same item, but it will be another large finance project in the future.
Yeah,
I mean, 8,600, is it better leaving it non-recurring and we can use it if we need to? When you're looking at putting that towards a $1 million bill, which probably is gonna be closer to 1.1.
right, whatever, it's, it's 6 of one.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I just,
We make a separate motion to do that with the first one, to have that on your spreadsheet?
Yeah,
A separate motion.
no, it wasn't a separate motion. It was,
said he was gonna earmark it,
Yeah, it's
basically.
just
Yeah.
earmarked.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm fine with that.
Okay, any other discussion? All right, then we're gonna vote, all in favor?
I,
Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, moving on to 4E, discussion of possible action to appoint a Board of Finance member to act as a Board of Finance liaison for the teacher contract negotiations. So, historically, anytime the teacher contract negotiations come up, they've requested that we appoint a liaison to observe, lightly participate. You're a non-voting member. So here we are. They started negotiations or started the process, I guess, back in May, June, July. Okay, so they started the process and then Shauna gave me a call and said, hey, I forgot to tell you about this. Could you put it on your next agenda? So here we are. They're now getting ready to dig in, so it would be prudent. I don't know if anyone here has any interest in doing that.
And are you interested in?
Am I?
Yes.
I am not interested in doing that, nor do I think that it would be prudent. Yes,
I don't know everybody's,
nope,
I don't know
Nope.
everybody's. Teachers, wives.
I would be interested.
Rob, you're interested?
When do the negotiations take place?
September 4th at 5:30 is the next date.
Okay, so it's after hours.
It is.
Okay, I just want to make sure it doesn't.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, is there anyone else that would be interested?
I think he'd be a great representative.
All
Go
right.
for it.
Would somebody like to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to nominate Mr. Hamel to the negotiations,
Second.
contract negotiations.
As a liaison for the Board of Finance.
As liaison for the finance. Yes,
Perfect.
sir.
Okay. All right, and Gary, you seconded that? Okay, any discussion? Hearing none, we're gonna vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item 5, old business A, update and discussion on bonding projects.
Since our last meeting, not much has changed. Still waiting on pumps for there are parts for the pump station. The water project, we were given the go-ahead to proceed, so that should be starting off, I would think, in the near future. All the pipes have been ordered to save the money, so should see some activity. There won't be anything in the road. It's all gonna be on the side of the road and the right of way. Other than that, that's about it.
Do you have any feedback from the Board of Selectmen on what we had the special meeting for and how they reacted? Is there any reaction from?
Well, we thank you for funding us, and, we did make delivery of a lot of the equipment already at the public works already. You know, some of that pipe that, so we don't have any storage fees and stuff like that. So we're certainly moving in a forward direction and trying to be as cost effective as possible.
So I think with that last meeting, we were talking about having more leverage with them. Leverage with the people who, were telling us what they want to do and when we want to do it.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah,
Oh, that's been very slow. There's been a few letters going back and forth, but there's been no movement on either side. Correct me if I'm wrong, Eric. There's no movement on either side. It's just a fencing thing. We sent a letter back in response. I think we're waiting right now for them to respond. You know, it is.
Okay.
Anything else?
No.
Okay, any other questions for Eric? Prior to that? Okay, then we're gonna move on. Item 6, any of the business. We'll move on then to item 7, public forum. Does anyone wish to speak? Anyone wish to speak? Anyone wish to speak? Okay, we're gonna move on then to item 8, adjournment.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to adjourn.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned.